absolutely smashed. Get yourself in the gym. 4 days there where I was so busy, whether it be in being arrested, the demo, days before the demo. Such a success, by the way. Let me explain to you what happened after the demo. Yeah. After the demo, just to set the record straight, I never received any paperwork from any court to tell me to be in court. Yeah, I'm under no bail conditions to attend any court case. The way that I heard I might have a court case was by Hope Not Hate. Hope Not Hate are extremist left-wing organisation who I've already exposed in a documentary. The new Attorney General is a former member of Searchlight. When he was young, Searchlight was Hope Not Hate. This is a cooperation between the judiciary and far-left extremist organisations whose job it is to silence those who challenge the government narrative. The narrative I challenge is open border immigration. Yeah? So if this is an attack on me, how did Hope Not Hate get my private information to tell me when I'm in court before I know when I'm in court? So no, I'm not going to turn up at court because a far-left extremist organisation tell me I'm in court. When the court take proper due process in issuing me papers for my court case, I'll be there. But they didn't, so I didn't run away from a court case. I had 2 weeks planned with my children for a break because I've had a mental time, okay? And I need my time with my children, because if you've watched my latest documentary, I can no longer live with them. Me and the wife got divorced over this bullshit, yeah? So, now the judiciary. So I decide I'm leaving. I don't get stopped from leaving for court. I get stopped and held under counter-terrorism legislation, where they make it very clear, and you should be scared by this, because what they do is they use Islamic Jihad attacks to enforce new laws that strip away your rights. And then they use those laws against us. When I started my activism in 2009, security services come in, they froze all my assets, and they search for 4 years to find crimes. They didn't have suspicion of crimes, they come looking for crimes. That's what this terrorism legislation is. We're going to sit you down and interview you for 6 hours. You have no right to remain silent. We want to know who you're working with, what you're doing, what your plans are, what you're doing next, who you're cooperating with, all these things. So total abuse of power. Yeah, they seized my phone. Would I give them the PIN code to my phone? If you don't give them the PIN code to your phone, you breach terrorism legislation, you'll be charged. That's what they told me. So I made it very clear, no. I have sources of information, young girls who are fearful of their names being on computer systems because you leak it to Muslims who target them. You got rid of evidence in Rochdale, you got rid of evidence in Rotherham, you conspired together to hide these crimes. I'm not going to put these vulnerable girls in a situation for your corrupt police force. So no, you want to charge me, charge me. I then get told I'm being charged. I get transferred from the port after 6 hours of interrogation for no crime at all. And they have to use this legislation, they have to be suspicious that you're in the preparation of commit acts of terrorism. They told me clearly, we know you're not, but we have these powers, so we're going to use them. Yeah, we're going to use them to disrupt your life, to criminalise you, to put to the headlines say you're a terrorist, etc., etc., yeah? So I get transferred to the police station. My solicitor comes. I tell them the same in interview. You're not having access to my phone because there's privileged information on there from lawyers and sources who give me information about your corrupt police. We're currently on an investigation into a corrupt member of parliament, okay, who's also got allegations of paedophilia. They want that. They also ask me questions, what proof do I have? So this is why I think they seized my phone. Obviously, you've watched my documentary. Under new evidence, we will appeal that conviction based on the fact that Justice Nicklin fell out with his father about me before my court case. He should have excused himself and he didn't. So we will be putting an appeal. We'll be fighting this on multiple fronts. The other point is they've never given me an injunction. Never legally given me an injunction. Okay, they emailed me one. That doesn't constitute service of an injunction. So we'll fight you on that count. Do I have much faith when the Attorney General has instigated these charges? No, I don't. But I'll fight it anyway. And they're in a bit of a shit situation now because nearly a third of the British population have seen that documentary. So you want to send me to jail, it's fine, because what they've done, 2 weeks before this supposed court date, any documentary of silence that was online, one was on Danny Tomo's YouTube channel, was deleted. They were preparing to delete everything, to lie to you again, tell you I breached a court order and lied, and no one would know any difference. But the problem is, we've got X now, and Alistair Campbell is now putting pressure on Elon Musk for misinformation. Alistair Campbell instigated the invasion of a country where 1 million people were killed for weapons of mass destruction. Then they killed a doctor to prevent him talking about it. And that cheeky bastard is talking about misinformation. You're a war criminal, Alistair Campbell, and I've got messages from your son, if you want to. Just like Justice Nicklin's father was a supporter. Cheers, bro. It's my protein shake after my workout. Just like Justice Nicklin's father was a supporter, so is Alistair Campbell's son, you mug. Anyway, this is just to let everyone know I didn't commit no acts of terrorism. I wasn't even under suspicion of acts of terrorism. They abused their legislation in order to ask me questions that they would never ever be able to ask me, to get information or try to get information. They didn't succeed. If you think I'd talk to them, I'd rather be charged with terrorism. Yeah. So it's an abuse of power. They use the powers that they bring in to stop the jihadists, and they use them against us. And then they gaslight everyone. So thank you everyone for your support. Okay, I'm going to fight all these legal fronts, but this part of the process, the punishment is the process. Arresting you, your family worrying, court cases, legal fees. We've just had a legal fee of £5,000 to look into the legalities of challenging the conviction based on new information. We've also looked into legally, I've already done this weeks ago. Did they legally give me an injunction? No, they didn't. No, you didn't. Just like you fucked up in the last case. So I'll fight this, but as I've said, don't get disheartened with the fact they're going to send me to court or prison, because I'm not. I'm ready, yeah? I'm ready. I may not be in the country, but that's because you see the 20 million views that this film's going to be on by tomorrow. I'm going to get that to 50 million views before they send me to jail. This is going to be the most watched documentary ever to come out of Great Britain, and I'm going to make sure of that. So, I'm not on trial. You're on trial. Your judiciary's on trial, okay? The trust in your judiciary is on trial for the world, yeah? You thought you were going to destroy me. I'm going to bring down your credibility. And I don't give a shit about you 2 years in jail. Send me to jail for 2 years. It's damning you, not me, okay? It's damning you, not me. So, in the famous words of Donald Trump, we fight, fight, fight. At every avenue. At every front, okay? And as I said, my love goes to my children and my family, because when I make a decision, or when you make a decision, as a father, it affects your family. I believe there's a greater effect coming for their children if we don't stand up. So whilst I've sacrificed, and they've sacrificed, and I thank them for it. I wanted to talk about this at the demonstration, but I couldn't because my kids were there. I just cried my eyes out. But I want to thank them for their maturity in and understanding of the times we're in, for the difficulties they've gone through in school. But they've seen the change now. My children can now see the love I receive, rather than the hate that they saw in their younger years. I'm very grateful to everyone who showed me support. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to have all the answers. But I love my country, and we ain't backing down. Get used to it, all right? Show us your support. Lend your support to our work, to our journalism. We ain't finished. Big things are coming. There's a big Free Tommy movement coming. Galvanise the country. That's what we need to do. Unite people. Now, I'm going to have my protein shake and have a bit of a rest, all right?